Why is she so hard to get? Oh my god. She is so hard to get. Kisaki. Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here. Welcome back to another Blue Archive video. So let's talk a little bit more about Kisaki since she's here and I'm sure you guys have put for her, right? Now if you guys haven't already, you ought to. She's probably going to be the best character for a while. So let's talk a little bit more about her and I think hopefully answer a bunch of questions that a lot of you guys have been asking me, right, in my live stream earlier today. So I did a pretty long live stream earlier today, about 8 to 9 hours, right? Viewer pools for Kisaki, and alongside with that also plenty of account reviews. So hopefully I'll upload some of them as time goes. But let's focus on Kisaki, and as you guys can see, you're probably watching some of the pools that I did earlier today on my own account. Now Kisaki is going to be one of the best character to date that you should consider getting. Alright, so she is probably going to be meta, and I think she's probably the best character that you can get in any account. It doesn't matter if your account is new or you're a veteran player, you know, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, she's probably one of the most future-proof character student in the game. Now her EX skill right here is going to be what makes her extremely unique. This is going to be right now unique to her only. Now in the future, maybe we'll get another character that can do that, but for now, the only character that can do that is going to be Kisaki alone. Now she pretty much substitutes and replaces Himari in the sense of they are both very similar. Alright, Himari boosts attack percent, and right now you can see Himari's sub skill give cost recovery, whereas Kisaki is going to improve EX skill damage, and then you can see right here increased cost recovery. So since this cost recovery doesn't stack, you cannot put two students with the same in the same team. You cannot put them both together, so you have to remove one of them, and that's where Kisaki basically takes Himari's slot. Now the reason why Himari gets replaced is not because she sucks. In fact, she's quite strong, and I would say she is still better, surprisingly, but because we have a striker student that can do what Himari does, and that is camping hair right here. Alright, so she is going to be able to boost the attack at a little bit less cost, at 2 costs for 80% as opposed to Himari's boost. Now, in case you guys are wondering the difference between Kisaki and Himari, now here is the damage difference that I tested earlier today. So I tried this on the EX stage of the, you know, against this particular boss, right? I was trying to attack Reijo right there. And of course, you know, I tried to apply the same buff, New Year Fuuka, Kisaki, and Mika. So because Mika can crit, so you can see the boss do have some misses here and there. Alright, it's a little bit annoying. But later on, I was able to figure out the one where the boss, we tried to get the final hit of the boss. Boom. And then you can see that's going to be the final hit. This was with Himari, by the way. Okay, so the final damage that I was able to get after testing a couple of rounds, in case you guys were curious, right? So this is considering I have both maxed out in terms of Kisaki and Himari. Right now you can see on the left, that's going to be with Himari. Alright, with Himari and New Year Fuuka buffing a Mika. Alright, we get 1.1 million. Now on the right, this is Kisaki and New Year Fuuka. Alright, as you can see, Kisaki and New Year Fuuka, we didn't quite get 1.1 million, we get 943k. Alright, still pretty close. So Himari straight out is still going to be better. If you don't have any attack buffer on the striker slot, Himari is going to be better. However, we know that's not going to be the case, right? Because in most situations, you're probably going to be using this particular character right here. Alright, if you don't have her, definitely get her. Alright, camping hair, very peculiar character. Even if you don't have her, Ui still gives a little bit of attack percent buff. So that's something to consider as well. So even if you have Ui, so because Ui doesn't really stack with Himari, attack percent buff doesn't really stack together, she actually gives a little bit right here. This 16.1% is probably going to be more than enough for you to basically even out these two damage right here that you can see, right, between these two. So I would say that's pretty much what it is. So even though Kisaki is going to sort of power crit Himari, but she still needs an additional help from some other students. So take note of that, right? Ideally, alright, Akko is still going to be consistent for now. You are probably still going to stick her. Kisaki and Akko is going to be the one that you are going to have regardless. And I would suggest, you know, trying to get her whenever you can, or building her whenever you can. So these two are going to be the staple for a while. Now in terms of building Kisaki, I think a lot of players ask me this. The gears are not that important since she's a special student. However, you should still try to push her as far as you can. Now special students, the stats for the gear will carry over to striker students. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's 15% carry over. Now again, that can be a lot depending if you're trying to push in the higher ranks of raids, right? Now in terms of the skill priority, obviously EX skill, that's going to be the most important one, and then sub skill is going to be another important one. So these two should be a priority. As when it comes to basic skill and enhanced skill, this one has lesser priority. Sure, the healing is good and all, but if you can kill the enemies fast, you probably can get away with not needing this as much. Now these two, I would say, if you can't get it all the way to max, you can leave it at level 4 or level 7. By the way, level 4, skill level 4 and skill level 7 is a good threshold for a stopping point if you can't afford to go to the next level, right? So it's either level 4, level 7 and max. Regarding getting Reijo, that's the one that I get asked a lot. If you pull for Kisaki, should you go for Reijo as well? Because right now you can see Kisaki is there, Reijo is there. Now, in my humble opinion, Kisaki is probably the priority. If you are like maybe like 30 to 40 pulls away, let's say you get Kisaki in 150 or 160, and then you want to like go all the way to 200 just to get Reijo from this particular spark, sure, I would do it, right? But if you get Kisaki in 20 pulls, do you spend another 180 for Reijo? Probably not. Alright, Reijo is going to be one of the more niche character or niche student. I did manage to obtain her, but what is she all about? Reijo doesn't do much, sadly. She is going to be a striker student. She's going to be a DOT character that you can occasionally use her in Chokma later on. Now she shines right there, especially JP server, they've already gotten that rate. So she's basically a single target, as you can see, long essay in the skill. Now she does damage and then she applies this damage over time enhancement, right? So she amplifies DOT pretty much, right? So very, very good if you're trying to fight boss. As you can see, chill and poison is going to be improved by her. So inflicting continuous damage to enemies under the damage over time, chill and poison will amplify its effect. Right, for chill, it's gonna basically reduce the rate of 25.8%. Poison, 43.1% additional poison damage. Now, she acts as an amplifier character. You want to complement her with another character that can do poison or, you know, do chill damage. Now, one of the strongest chill damage right now is going to be Swimsuit Saori. That was previously exclusive, but I haven't really built her yet. Probably I'm going to end up borrowing her. That's probably going to be the plan. Also, if you guys did get Chipa Marina, I believe she excels in poison, as you can see. Yeah, and these are the characters that are more specialized, more niche character. You probably won't use them much that often, right? Except for in Chokma later on. And for now, we don't have that boss yet, but that's going to be something to consider. Do you get Reijo just for that? Probably not. Alright, I feel like you can basically borrow. You don't really need them. Plus, there's various of different strategy for that particular one. I don't think she should be a priority for newer players. Again, that's just how it is. Focus on Kisaki for now. Don't worry too much about Reijo unless you care about her LOD. Now, what about Kisaki's dupes, right? Ideally, a lot of players have been asking, should you get more dupes for her? And what is the stopping point for her? Obviously, UE40 is going to be the best one. That's where she gets a little bit of bonus right here. Buff retention increased by 1,900. Yeah, 1 to 2 seconds extra. You probably don't really need that as much, right? Unless you care about maximizing the score. Again, her UE50 is not going to do much because she's a special student. Now, if you care about maximizing your score in raids, then UE40. If not, I don't think you really need to push her that far, right? You can wait for a little bit. There's no rush in trying to build her for the time being. Just focus on getting her for now. No! Oh my god. Yeah, spell it right? Okay. Okay, we'll see. Kung Fu! Yes! Yes! Reijo! Reijo! Okay. Okay, I can still spook Kisaki. I can still spook Kisaki. Alright. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. I can still spook Kisaki. That's all that matters. So new character. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Kisaki banner. Maybe we get her on the 200 pool, right? Ooh, Kisaki! Okay, we need that Kisaki, alright? There goes the chance. Why is she so hard to get? Oh my god. She is so hard to get. Kisaki. Now let's talk about the event right now, right? So the event is going to be pretty straightforward. You do the quest, alright? And then you can farm depending on which one you need from the shop. So as you can see, there's a separation between 3 shops depending on which currency you need. So I think my face cam is covering the currency. So this is going to be the mooncake, this is going to be the golden pearl thing, and this is going to be the firecrackers. So to get the firecrackers, you know, I know there's 1200 pyroxenes right there. You want to get that, right? So you gotta play the treasure hunt mini game, right? So you can farm stage 12 for that particular one. Now it is pretty simple and pretty straightforward, so let me just show it to you guys, because there were some people that was asking me as well. I don't think it's that complicated, right? So this particular one, you just get stuff from the treasure list right there at the bottom left. So you just try to guess the shape. So I haven't obtained this thing and this thing yet. So this one is, you know, this one is 3 tiles long, so it's gonna be this one for sure, right? So I'm just gonna click this and I'm gonna open that, so you can see it is right there indeed. So if I completed this, so I completed that, I'm gonna get some bonus item along the way. So you can see cool stuff for sure, right? Now there's one more item right here. The best one would be to open this one, alright, because that's going to be, yep. So that's the best choice. And then we cover up both. We got the mooncake right there, and again, bonus items. So once you completed this, you have an option right here to refresh, right? So you can refresh because there's no more. So now you open, and now you can see there's these new items. So obviously, you want to get as many rewards as you can. We're gonna be able to obtain up until round 7. Round 7 onwards, the rewards are not as good. But ideally, I would say try to obtain all of these good rewards before round 7. That's pretty much the priority, right? I don't think it's that difficult. It's quite similar to the mini game that we played before. So you just try to guess where the position of the items are based upon the shapes. Holy, I did miss 2 out right there. Okay, so this one is going to be this particular soap. So we know it's going to be these 3, right? For sure. There we go. And we got the treasure right there. Just like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty simple mini game. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this particular video. Let me know what you guys think of Kisaki and the patch. I've read her story. Pretty good, pretty cool story. That's gonna be it for this particular video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like if you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.